Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a brew built around Omniscience and Abuelo's Awakening and Invasion of Arcavios, which is an infinite combo here. This deck, I did not create this deck. I saw it on social media and doing well in a tournament that's going on right now. I don't know who to credit it to. The post I saw was at Magic Online. First place result from Kane Pie 16. So I don't know who exactly came up with this, but definitely a cool and interesting idea. Kind of similar to some of the other Abuelos decks, but this one uses Abuelo's Awakening to try to get Omniscience into play as a 1/1, and then uses Invasion to go infinite basically from there. The rest of the deck is just all about filling the graveyard and finding this combination of 3 cards. So you got Chart a Course, draw and discard, Archaeologist, which mills and puts cards into your hand. Mono Truth puts cards in your graveyard. Picklock Prankster also mills and finds sorceries. Dispersal is nice here to bounce a creature and surveil to, and then Confounding Riddle, a counterspell, and also a way to mill through your deck and find cards you need. So basically the setup that you're trying to get is Omniscience in the graveyard, Abuelos in your hand, and Invasion in your hand. And then you can go infinite from there. It's very kind of complex. You have to use your sideboard with Invasion to get Unnerving Grasp and Season of Weaving. Now, when I was the first games I played with this deck, I was very kind of confused as to how the combo worked, as you might see in the games. So I messed it up. And I also thought for some reason you had to have 2 invasions for it to go off in one of the games, but you actually only just need 1. So I'm going to show you actually how the combo works, playing against Sparky just to demonstrate the loop, so you can do it yourself if you want to play on Arena with the combo, and then I'll jump into some games against opponents, and you can see me learn how, in real time, learning how to actually do this combo. Okay, I'll see you in the games. Okay, so here I am against Sparky, going to try to demonstrate the combo here. So I've set up a board where I have Omniscience in the graveyard and Abuelos in my hand. I don't have the Invasion, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get there. Opponent's tapped out, so, you know, it's pretty easy. Sparky doesn't usually have much interaction anyways, so you get your Omniscience as a 1/1 here, and now this will unlock basically all your other draw spells. So I'm fairly confident I'll be able to find the Invasion, or just keep looping into more things, into more draw card selection. So even if, okay, so there's the Invasion. So you just kind of keep looping into it until you find it, or you have Invasion. So now when you have 1 Invasion, you can go off. So cast the Invasion, and you can search your sideboard for any card. Get the Season of Weaving. Season of Weaving, then you're going to just use these modes, these 2 modes on the right, these 2, to return and to make a copy. So you're going to make a copy of Omniscience. Sparky's impressed. So now you have a token copy of Omniscience, right? That is going to let you play the Invasion again, because you bounced everything, right? All their things are bounced. Everything you had, including your Invasion, is bounced. Now you get the Unnerving Grasp. Unnerving Grasp can then target the Invasion here, which then gives you a 2/2. Now you can play the Invasion again, so you're kind of just making a little bit of progress each time here. Play the Invasion again. Now, from your graveyard, you look for the Season of Weaving, and this is where you just start looping infinitely the Season of Weaving. So you, again, do this and just use these 2 modes on the right to bounce everything and then create a token copy of the 2/2 here. I'm not sure. Wait, let's see. Graveyard, Season of Weaving, Season of Weaving. Choose an artifact creature. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So now we're making progress. Here we go. Right, because the first one bounced the original and made a token copy. Okay. So now you just keep doing these 2 right ones, and you're going to keep making another 2/2 every time you do this loop.
Whoa.
So essentially, just keep going for your graveyard. Season of Weaving here. Do this and this. So you can essentially do this infinite times. And then once you have, you know, as many tokens as you want here, you can play everything that you want here, but you can also just you can play Invasion for anything in your sideboard, which could be a counterspell. You could also go into your graveyard again and get a Confounding Riddle if you wanted to, or you can just play out all your other things. So you can just keep doing this. You might want to. You can also try to find multiple. If you feel like your opponent has like multiple sweepers or multiple answers to your board, you can try to find. You can just loop through your deck and try to find more counterspells, the Confounding Riddles. There's one right there. So you could have this in your hand, and then you can use this to try to find another Confounding Riddle if you want to really. Oops, what did I choose? I don't know. So you can basically just do anything you want at this point because you have Omniscience in play. But let's just say you go to your sideboard, you get Refute or Negate or whatever, any counterspell. So now you have a board, say, full of creatures here and 2 counterspells, and you can get more counterspells if you want to, but this should be enough to pass the turn and win the game if you kind of kept going through this loop. So that's kind of how it works. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. It took me a while. I messed up. I didn't really know how this worked when I first started playing these games, so I messed up a few times. But you only need 1 Invasion and Omniscience in play as a 1/1. So that's how the loop works. All right, on the play, this hand looks fine. Okay, Seachrome Coast. Hired Claw, sure. Land and pass. Probably will bounce this. Let's see what they do here. If they will pump it or not. Not pumping it. Yeah, I'll just dispersal it anyways. Don't need these lands. Okay, there's a Prankster. Play that. And pass. Show off. Could try to counter the show off. Hired Claw's fine. Do we try to counter it, or do we just go for our own game plan? I think we just go for our own game plan here. Okay, take the 1. Look at the top 4. Wow. Okay. That is unfortunate. Wow, that is a lot of... let's see, let's thin the deck here. Before we do this Prankster. Let's see. Do this, see what we hit. Trying to mill an Omniscience. Did not. Don't have one in our hand, so go for the Moment of Truth. We want a blocker here. I think we just go for Moment of Truth. And hope we're not dead. There's a Bolt Wave, yep. Okay, take it. Okay, Moment of Truth. Ah, okay. Into my hand. land into the graveyard. Omniscience, planes. Okay. Alright, so we can get an Omniscience into play, but we can't really do much with it. It's unfortunate, but I think we do it anyways? Not really sure. Probably just use this Blast Zone, actually. Or just play a blocker here. Let's see. Meticulous Archive. Confounding Riddle. Yeah, that's fine. Keep that on top. Let's play... I feel like playing the Prankster is maybe better. Just try to block and go for it next turn. Okay. Resolve. Okay, Helix there. So this is going to be 5 damage. See if they have anything else. Down to 3, okay. Well, yep, gotta go for it here. X is 0. Omniscience. And play another Omniscience, doesn't really matter. Confounding Riddle. Should try to find something. Another Confounding Riddle, I think. Alright. That's fine. Okay, we got into the Invasion. Now Invasion finds Sideboard, sorry. Season of Weaving. Season of Weaving draws cards and creates a copy. Alright, we hit another one. So now we can start to go off. Sideboard. Unnerving Grasp. Okay, Unnerving Grasp. Return Invasion. Manifest Dread something. Okay, now we just go for this and Graveyard, Season of Weaving, and now we just go infinite here with these two modes. Create copy there, and just keep looping Invasion. Graveyard, Season of Weaving. We just have to keep going here. Create tons of 2/2s. So, sorry, Graveyard, Season of Weaving. This deck is very hard to play on Arena because of the timer. Yeah, you just have to keep doing this over and over. Clicking and timing, and it's just, yeah, I agree, opponent. I agree. Just demonstrating the loop. But eventually, Graveyard, Weaving. What did I do? Oh, Graveyard. Can get one of these back. That's a counter spell. Clicked on the wrong thing. Returns both of them. Yeah. So actually, this is kind of good to just get a bunch of counter spells in the hand. Graveyard, Season of Weaving. You can loop like this as well, I just realized, so I can do that. One Invasion, Graveyard, Let's get another counter spell. Graveyard, Season of Weaving, Season of Weaving. Okay. Keep going. Graveyard, another counter spell. Graveyard, Season of Weaving. Alright, are we having fun yet? Almost there. Let's just do this. One more, and we'll have a lethal attack. Graveyard, Season of Weaving. Okay. Alright. I think we are good. Let's just play these. Go to our sideboard, and then we just get our counter spells. Just to make sure they can't do anything. And just play some more Omniscience. Play a land if we want to. And pass the turn. Discard 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we have 6 counter spells that all cost 0 mana and 22 power on board. So, yeah, good luck. I think the opponent went to get snack. Alright, we actually did it. First game was rough. Ran out of time. But figured it out. You really have to be quick with this. It takes some practice to loop this combo. So definitely not for the faint of heart. Not an arena friendly combo. I love arena combos that just like have a bunch of triggers that you don't have to worry about. You know, some combos are actually easier to pull off in paper. Some of them are easier to pull off on arena because they track all the triggers for you. This one much easier in paper, or Magic Online, I suppose. Although I would worry about Magic Online running out of time too on there, but yeah, much easier to demonstrate this loop in paper and just have people scoop. So opponent has timed out. We figured out how to do it. And yep. My turn. Alright. Attack for 22. Or opponent just times out. Alright. Yep. Yeah, this deck is interesting. It does remind me of like the other Abuelo deck, but I'm not sure if it's more consistent. It does have a nice sort of fail-safe in the sense that if you get an Omniscience, you have another Omniscience in your hand, you can kind of, even if they have a removal, you can kind of go off if that's the first spell you cast. So, something cool about that. Ooh, we get to attack. Okay. Face. And, yeah. GG. Got there. Okay, on the play, this hand looks pretty good, actually. Got Chart of Course, we got Invasion and Omniscience, so under everything we just need a few more lands here. And to not die, I guess. Which, sure, I'll just use this now. Got the mana. Don't necessarily need another Invasion or another Moment of Truth. Kind of just want lands, right? Want to hit my land drops. There's a land drop. Okay, go chart a course here. And ditch the Omniscience. We'll see if we can pull off this combo. There's a Challenger. Sure. Okay, and there's a land. We have a Blast Zone just in case we need to use it for something. Okay, we'll pass here. But we'll probably just use this Dispersal. Next turn, I guess we could respond to that so they don't draw the card. Oh, sure. Do this now. Don't need another land. Another Archaeologist is useful, I think. I don't know if it really matters too much. We'll probably just replay Swift Spear and Swift Spear. Okay. Alright, so let's see if we can go off this turn. If I can figure out how to make sure I know how this deck actually works. X is 0. Get Omniscience back. Play Invasion. Invasion finds the Season of Weaving. Season of Weaving makes a copy and draws cards at first. Yeah. Okay. So we need to find... Okay, we found another invasion, so that's good. So now we can just go off here. Play this. And get... sideboard, we get the Unnerving Grasp. Unnerving Grasp can go kind of infinite here. Or it doesn't have to go infinite, it just creates a token here. And now, wait, we have a... Or now that we do... Now we go this invasion. I have to be quick because... Graveyard, okay, Season of Weaving. Season of Weaving now creates a copy and this, and returns everything. Create a copy. So now we can just kind of go, okay, infinite with... Alright, well they gave up. But we were going to go infinite tokens there, basically, and then get a bunch of counter spells in our hand. Okay, on the draw here, this hand looks fine. Not amazing, but playable. We got the invasion in our hand. So that's good. Let's just hold up. Moment of Truth here. Or Picklock Prankster. Actually, probably the Prankster. It's a little better. This digs 4 cards, looking for... Trying to get the Omniscience in the grave. And find... Oh, nothing? Okay. Unfortunate. Let's see. Land and just pass. Deduce, sure. It's like... Go for the throat, okay. End of turn. Moment of Truth. Want another land, probably. And graveyard, this land, put this back in the deck. Okay. Confounding Riddle. So just use this. Find. Let's see. Do another island here. Pass. Quick study. That's fine. Draw your cards. Possible I wanted to do chart a course here. We'll see. Not sure. It's like some control deck. Cracking the clue. There's land. And end of turn. Do this. Confounding Riddle. Okay, one in hand. Do another land or Archaeologist? Archaeologist could be useful because then we can dispersal it potentially. Okay, discard. And let's see, Archaeologist here. Let's see what we hit. I like going for the Doomsday strategy. Okay. Looking for Abuelos. There it is. Abuelos. Go for land. We have an Omniscience in here, don't we? I believe. Yeah. We do. And then just pass. I guess I could play the Prankster. Maybe that will entice them to do something. Make them remove it. Okay, draw. See what they do. Hopefully they tap out, and then we can kind of go off here, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm playing pretty slowly. I discarded 2 Go for the Throats. Quick study, okay. Land. Alright. So only 1 mana up. I guess they could have a Duress. That would be bad, huh? No, discarding. Alright. Well, we're not going for it. So, Omniscience. Alright. Now, I can do this. Invasion. Sideboard gets Season of Weaving. Season of Weaving. You don't even have to draw cards here. You can just create a copy of Omniscience. And now you can just go here and get Unnerving Grasp. Unnerving Grasp can then bounce here. Get your 2/2, and then this invasion can start picking up the Season of Weavings from the graveyard. And then this can just keep going infinite. Yep. All right, GG. Okay, on the draw here, hand looks keepable. Got Abuelos in the opener, so probably a good thing. Need to find a way to put that in the graveyard. And then we'll be in business here. Possibly I should have led on Slick Shot Show Off. Okay. Led on the blue. Let's see. So this only costs 1 when it targets an attacking creature, but I'm not even sure. I don't want to save it. Let's just pass here. If they kind of like pump something a bunch, I will dispersal it. One thing I'm worried about with this deck is the timer on Arena is kind of restrictive for combo decks, so targeting that. Okay, can't respond there. See if they do anything else. Attack here. Let's just see if they do anything else here. They go for another pump. Felonious Rage. Let's see. So that resolves. It gets me its haste when it dies. That's a lot of damage. Still. Guess we'll dispersal this. Okay, another dispersal is good for sure. I don't think I want Confounding Riddle. I'll keep the dispersal on top though. And maybe help keep me alive here. Alright. And again, just passing. Need to try to get an Omniscience in the graveyard and not die. That is the trick. Turn inside out. Sure. It resolves. So, coming at me. See what they have. Monstrous Rage there. Yeah, I guess we'll dispersal this show off here. Alright, there's an Omniscience in the grave. Do we need this land? Not really. Okay. Take the 5. Do we even need to cast this Moment of Truth? Not necessarily. Okay, we're just dead. We are just dead, I think, right? That's a 5 and 5, yeah. Alright. GG. Alright, welcome back to the wrap-up for the Omniscience Invasion Abuelos combo. This was definitely an interesting, fun one. Kind of hard to execute on Magic Arena. Definitely an easier one to play in paper. So, you know, you can kind of just demonstrate a loop in paper. On Arena, you have a timer and you kind of have to try to beat the timer, essentially, which was a problem, as you saw in my first game. I also wasn't quite sure exactly how this combo worked when I first started playing the games with it. I thought for some reason you needed 2 invasions to go off. You don't. You only need 1. So I basically did the combo wrong, so to speak, or try to go the long way around it by trying to draw extra cards to find a second invasion. But it's not too hard to do that, actually. But that does give you, if you do have 2 invasions, it does give you more counterspell backup. So there is that. If you just have 1 invasion, sometimes you just have 1 counterspell. So trying to have 2 invasions can be useful. It's not pointless necessarily, but yeah, this deck is very complex and confusing to figure out the loop. But once you figure it out, it's pretty easy to do. It just requires a lot of clicks, and you have to be pretty quick. So it's definitely a downside of playing this in Arena versus paper, or even on Magic Online potentially. So keep that into consideration if you want to play it on the ladder. And yeah, I think it's a good deck. It's powerful. It feels a little fragile to me in that it's just kind of, if you counter the Abuelo's Awakening, then or that kind of ruins the whole deck. So it really can't do much else. But it's certainly an interesting deck, and certainly cool new strategy. So we'll see how well it ends up doing in the metagame. But yeah, this is kind of the introduction for me. You saw me try to learn how to do it. So hopefully you enjoyed the video and were learning alongside me. And really appreciate you watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.